Okay, what was the last result which we did last time?
Ma'am, division ring and field.
Okay, we had the definitions, right, of division ring and field. Okay, and one more thing we were doing the result which we discussed yesterday in the tutorial. So that's a theorem basically. So I gave you an example of a ring with characteristic non-zero and infinite ring. So I told you that this is the result which is true, that if you have a ring with unity, obviously the commutative ring, if R is a ring with unity and characteristic of R is 0, then R is infinite. So firstly we'll prove this result and then we will go forward to the division ring and the field examples and their related results. But firstly this is the result which I feel we need to discuss about the characteristic, because this is related with the example. So is the statement of the result clear to all, that if we have a ring with the characteristic 0, then it has to be infinite ring. That means you cannot find a finite ring with a 0 characteristic. Is the result clear to everybody?
Yes,
Yes, right? So actually the result is characteristic R is 0 implies R is referring to the ring infinite. So equivalently, what will be the equivalent version of this? That if we have a finite ring, then it implies its characteristic has to be non-zero. So this is not the converse of this, this is the equivalent version of this, that if we have a characteristic ring 0, then it is infinite. That means a finite ring is always with a non-zero characteristic. But converse is not true. What is the converse? That is, if R is infinite, then its characteristic may or may not be 0. So this is a converse which is not true. Means this is the true statement which I have written, the general statement. That if R is infinite, then its characteristic may be 0 or may be non-zero. So we already have example of this in the yesterday's tutorial, that I gave you an example of a ring. If you remember, what was that example? ZPX, where P is a prime. So if you construct a polynomial ring by taking the coefficients from Zp, where P is prime, then this is definitely going to be an infinite ring, because you can construct as many polynomials as you want with no restriction on the degree. So the number of polynomials is infinite in this set. So that's an infinite ring. But the characteristic of this ring ZPX, what is that? P. So this is an example to show that the converse of this theorem is not true. So but now we are going to prove this theorem, that this is one-sided result which is true. So I hope the statement is clear to everybody. Let's go down to the proof. So what we are essentially to prove, so we are given R is a commutative ring with unity to prove, and given characteristic of R is 0. This is also given to us. What we have to prove? That R is infinite, right? R is infinite. So one thing we would like to start with, whatever is given to us, हम वहीं से start करेंगे. So we are given that it is a ring with unity. So clearly 1 belongs to R. Now it's just the notation. आप 1 की जगह E भी use कर सकते हो, but we know it's a standard notation. So this 1 can be anything. Usually 1 is a notation for the multiplicative identity, but you can use E also if you want to refer to the general rings, like you have some identity other than 1, but this is fine. So 1 is denoting the unity, the multiplicative identity. So since it is given to us, so that means 1 belongs to R. Now 1 belongs to R, so 1 plus 1 also belongs to R. Agrees?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because closure law is there. Ring में elements किसी भी दो elements को add करोगे वो भी वही होगा. तो one element added to itself will belong there. So 1 plus 1 is also there, and then 1 plus 1 plus 1 will also be there. So you keep on doing this. So ultimately, so this 1 plus 1 plus 1. So any number of times you add, all these elements are going to be there in the ring itself. So now let's name this set as S. So what are these elements looking like? 1 into 1, 2 into 1, 3 into 1. So like we are adding 1 to itself an integral many times, 1 time, 2 time, 3 times. So in general, the elements look like n into 1, where n is the integer. So this is a set we are defined. So clearly this set is going to be a subset of the ring. ये आपकी रिंग का सबसेट है, क्योंकि रिंग में और भी एलिमेंट्स होंगे इसके अलावा. अग्री? क्योंकि रिंग में 2 भी हो सकता है, 3 भी हो सकता है, तो 1 plus 2 भी वहां होगा. तो रिंग में और भी एलिमेंट्स हैं, बट आई हैव टेकन जस्ट द यूनिटी एलिमेंट, और उसी से मैंने इतने सारे एलिमेंट्स कंस्ट्रक्ट कर लिए हैं. सो दिस सेट एस इज देयर. सो
Ma'am,
यस,
n should be integer or natural.
या यू कैन से पॉजिटिव इंटीजर. सबट्रैक्शंस भी होती हैं वहां पे, सो that way also it will be fine. आप उसको वो कर सकते हो, but ठीक है, let's restrict ourselves to positive integers or the natural numbers, whatever you want to say, right? Okay, so let S be this set. So if I prove S is infinite, then it will be proved that R is infinite, because that is a subset of it. अगर किसी रिंग का सबसेट एक इनफाइनाइट प्रूव हो गया तो रिंग भी इनफाइनाइट ही होगी. इट्स वेरी ऑब्वियस. So all I want to prove is that the number of elements in S. So now I want to prove that the number of elements in S is infinite. That will prove that the number of elements in the ring R is infinite. So इसको prove करने के लिए we are doing on the contrary. So on the contrary, you suppose that the number of elements in S is finite. ऐसे प्रूव करते हैं हम हर चीज को. हम ऑपोजिट सपोज कर लेते हैं कि सपोज S में फाइनाइटली मेनी एलिमेंट्स हैं. अब फाइनाइटली मेनी एलिमेंट्स का क्या मतलब है कि सिंस आप उसको इंटीजर से मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हो, राइट, n.1, so what these kind of elements you are constructing. So but n, how many values n can have?
Infinite.
Infinite, right? So n can have infinite many values. So what do you mean by S is finite? So S can only be finite if after some integer the elements start repeating themselves. वो elements same आने शुरू हो जाएंगे, तभी वो finite set बनेगा. Agree? अब n can have any value, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are infinitely many values. So it obviously means that after some time the elements will start repeating themselves. Otherwise, the set is infinite. But since you have supposed this is finite, so that means then elements will start repeating themselves. So that means there exists m and n, where m is not equal to n, but n.1 is same as m.1. Give me one minute. Is it understandable कि दो अलग अलग integers होंगे, m and n belongs to positive integers, they are distinct, but the elements start repeating themselves, n.1, because how does the elements of this set looks like? n.1. So there will be some other element m.1 which will be same. Agree with this?
Yes, ma'am.
So यहाँ से it's easy to see now this is going to happen. n minus m.1 is 0. Right? So one thing is one result which I would like to discuss, or that's not a result, it's just a discussion. So let me re-look at the definition of characteristic. What was the definition of characteristic of a ring? That it is a least positive integer such that it, when multiplied with the elements of ring, will make them 0. So every element of the ring when multiplied with characteristic will make that 0. So then we say that is the characteristic. From here only you can see that if you are able to find an element which on multiplication with the identity element means unity element makes them 0. So if there exists n such that n dot 1 is 0, then characteristic of ring is n. Means कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फाइंड करने के लिए अगर कोई आप ऐसे एलिमेंट ढूंढ रहे हो जो सभी को 0 बनाए, इट इज सफिशिएंट टू फाइंड अ नंबर द इंटीजर विच मेक्स द आइडेंटिटी एलिमेंट 0. क्योंकि आइडेंटिटी को 0 बना दिया मींस उसने सबको 0 बना देना है, बिकॉज एवरी एलिमेंट कैन बी रिटन एज प्रोडक्ट ऑफ इटसेल्फ विद द यूनिटी. ये भी क्लियर है सबको? ये तो आइडेंटिटी एलिमेंट की डेफिनेशन है. x, any x can be written as x dot 1, so or 1 dot x. So if n dot 1 is 0, so n dot x is n dot 1 dot x, which is 0 क्योंकि n dot 1 0 है, so automatically it will make every element 0. So this is the equivalent definition of characteristic of a ring, that if there is a least positive integer which is making the identity element 0, that means it is a characteristic. एक्चुअल डेफिनेशन यही होती है कि जो सारे एलिमेंट्स को 0 बनाए, बट रिंग्स विद यूनिटी में ये डेफिनेशन कैन आल्सो बी यूज्ड इन दिस फॉर्म, दैट इट इज सफिशिएंट टू फाइंड द इंटीजर व्हिच मेक्स ओनली आइडेंटिटी एलिमेंट 0, because if it is making identity element 0, then as per this calculation it is making all the elements 0. It's understandable?
Yes, ma'am.
राइट? पूछ लेना बीच में अगर आपको डाउट होगा. सो ये यहाँ पे भी यही हो रहा है. अब एक n माइनस m एक इंटीजर मिल गया है. अब m इज नॉट इक्वल टू n, सो वट एवर, अब यहाँ पे आप अजम्पशन ले सकते हो m इज लेस देन n. सो ये n माइनस m जो है ऑब्वियसली एक पॉजिटिव इंटीजर है, वो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. आप m ग्रेटर देन n लोगे तो ये n माइनस m नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. आप नेगेटिव्स कॉमन निकालो, अल्टीमेटली यू विल गेट अ पॉजिटिव इंटीजर which is making the identity element 0. So this implies characteristic of ring is n minus m, which is non-zero. Why? Because you assumed that they are two distinct integers. So you got a non-zero characteristics, and this is a contradiction because it is given to you that the ring is with characteristic 0. So when we get the contradiction, therefore our supposition is wrong. And what was your supposition? Your supposition was that the number of elements in S is finite. So therefore, S is an infinite set. Now, S is infinite set. It implies ring R is also having infinitely many elements because S just is a subset of R. So I hope this is clear. So this was a proof that for a commutative ring with unity with 0 characteristic, the number of elements has to be infinite. So I'm just giving you 1 minute. You just go through the proof. In case anybody has any doubt, then please ask. तो हमने यूनिटी यूज किया यहाँ पे, से एक सेट कंस्ट्रक्ट किया जो रिंग का ही सबसेट है. फिर उस सेट को हमने इनफाइनाइट प्रूव करना था, तो कॉन्ट्ररी हमने सपोज कर लिया कि उसमें फाइनाइटली मेनी एलिमेंट्स हैं. अब एलिमेंट्स किस तरह के हैं? इंटीजर्स के मल्टीपल हैं. तो फाइनाइटली मेनी होने का मतलब है कि आफ्टर सम टाइम द एलिमेंट्स विल स्टार्ट रिपीटिंग देमसेल्व्स, तभी वो फाइनाइटली मेनी रहेंगे. तो दो अलग अलग इंटीजर्स एग्जिस्ट करेंगे सच दैट द एलिमेंट्स आर सेम. सो इससे हमारे पास कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन आ गई कि कैरेक्टरिस्टिक हमें मिल गया है नॉन जीरो, विच इज अ कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन टू द गिवन फैक्ट दैट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इज जीरो, हेंस S is infinite, therefore R is infinite. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if it is clear, then I'll go ahead with the next. Just give me 1 second. I need to connect the charger. Right. So moving ahead towards the next result. So what was the definition we introduced last time was of division ring and field. So let's recall what was division ring. Yes, can anybody define a division ring? Anshika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what is a division ring?
A ring with unity in which every element has its multiplicative inverse.
Okay, yeah, thank you for the definition. So we have a ring with unity in which every element is having the multiplicative inverse. सो यूनिटी तक हमने बहुत सारे एग्जांपल किए हैं, अब हम उससे एक स्टेप आगे बढ़ रहे हैं. हम ऐसी रिंग्स प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं जिसमें मल्टीप्लिकेशन के अंडर भी हमें क्या मिल जाए, इनवर्स मिल जाए. और उसके बाद हमने डेफिनेशन किया था फील्ड का. व्हाट वाज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द फील्ड?
Commutative division ring.
Yeah, commutative division ring. So if you add commutativity to the division ring, so इसी definition में आप commutative word add कर दोगे, the definition becomes of a field. So the only difference between a field and a division ring is the lack of commutativity in the division ring. Otherwise it's a field. So field में भी यही होगा, every element is going to have its multiplicative inverse. Sorry, I should write every non-zero element because zero ka inverse is not defined. So every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse and obviously it's a ring with unity. So now if you state out the axioms, right? जैसे हम basic definition लिखते हैं group की, ring की, तो now I want to write that definition for a field. So field में क्या होगा? So field is basically a ring. So ring is having two operations. So field को हम generally denote करते हैं F से. F is the notation. So obviously there are two operations, plus and dot. So first property is closed under addition, right? So A plus B belongs to F for all AB belongs to F. क्योंकि field है, ring है, तो ring वाले axioms वो satisfy करेगा. Then you have the associativity. Sorry, A plus B plus C is A plus B plus C. And then what you have? What is the next property? So under addition, what's going to happen? Existence of additive inverse will be there. Before that, this is the fourth property. Before that, what you need to have is existence of additive identity. Additive identity, additive inverse, and then we know is a abelian. This is also abelian. So ये तो ring की, किसी भी ring की definition है कि it forms a additive abelian group. अब उसके बाद अब सिक्स प्रॉपर्टी क्या होती है हमारे पास? क्लोजर अंडर मल्टीप्लिकेशन. सो वी हैव द क्लोजर अंडर मल्टीप्लिकेशन, वी हैव द एसोसिएटिविटी अंडर मल्टीप्लिकेशन. व्हाट एल्स?
Multiplicative identity.
Then we have identity. A dot E will be E dot A will be A for all A belongs to F. So there is multiplicative identity. And then we are talking about multiplicative inverse, that there is existing B belongs to A. So every element has a non-zero. Every non-zero element in the field is having the multiplicative inverse, right? So in addition, if you give the commutativity, yes, who's there? I don't know, somebody was knocking the door. Okay. The last property which I'm telling you is about the commutativity under multiplication. So A dot B should be same as B dot A. So if this thing is also there, so this becomes a field. So up to this point, it was just a ring. Including this point, it becomes a ring with unity. Including this point, it became a division ring. And including this one, it became a field.
And distributivity.
Yeah, distributive is also there. Yeah, obviously the distributive law is also there. That's the additional thing. Actually, what I want to convey, for that we don't need the distribution, but obviously it will satisfy that. A dot B plus C is A dot B plus A dot C. So the both distributive law will be the multiplicative distributes of addition, that is by default there. So why I was mentioning this is that I want to show that under multiplication also this forms a abelian group. right? As you can see now, under addition, a ring is always abelian group, but now under multiplication also it forms a abelian group, so that means it's a field. So there is an alternate way of defining the field, that if a ring is forming abelian group under the operation of multiplication, then it is nothing but a field, because the word abelian itself means commutativity. So I'm just giving you a different interpretation for a field. I hope that is clear. It's nothing new, just the definition expanded. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so these are just the example. So now we'll have an example of a division ring which is not a field. So one thing is clear, every field is a division ring. If you just want to go by the definition, every field is a division ring, right? But every division ring is not a field, because division ring does not require commutativity. The field is having extra property of being commutative. So every field is a division ring, but every division ring is not a field, because if you are able to find a division ring which is having not non-commutativity, then that is not going to be a field. So to give you the examples of the fields, I gave you many examples of fields. So Q, R, C, Z is not a field, right? Z is not a field. Z is not a division ring, because divisions in elements are not having their inverses, right? 2 inverse is not there. 1 by 2 does not belongs to Z. So Z is just a ring, but Z is not a division ring, and therefore Z is not a field. But these Q, R, C, these are the fields. Commutativity is there. You multiply two real numbers, so we know that multiplication is commutative. You multiply to complex numbers, that multiplication is also commutative. You multiply to rational numbers, that is also commutative. So they are division rings as well as fields. So now I'm going to give you an example of a division ring which is not a field. So it's understood, हमें ऐसा example construct करना पड़ेगा जिसमें commutativity ना हो. So can you give me some hint? किस सेट में हम देखें इस तरह के एग्जांपल्स एग्जिस्ट कर सकते हैं जो नॉन कम्यूटेटिविटी शो करते हैं अंडर मल्टीप्लिकेशन? Matrices, right? So we can try looking for matrices. So I'm directly giving you the example. So let me define this as R. So R be a ring Z W minus W bar Z. So these Z and W are belonging to the complex field. So Z and W are complex numbers. So this is a ring which I have defined having 2 cross 2 matrices of a particular structure. Okay. So in general, if I ask you to find this, how does this M2C looks like? M2C, the set of all 2 by 2 matrices over complex. So that means the entries are going to be complex. So they are going to look like Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4, where all these Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 belongs to the complex numbers. They are all complex numbers. So this is a bigger set. This is a ring in itself. You can prove that. You can check the definition and the properties of a ring. So M2C is going to be a ring. So now in particularly, I have picked up this, and what I'm claiming that R is a subring of M2C. ये उसका subring है. So this is what I'm claiming, and R is a division ring, right? R is going to be a division ring. So हमने उसमें से particular तरह की entries निकाली हैं. So this M2C, otherwise not every element is going to be invertible. हमें पता है determinant 0 हो जाएगा. आप इसको real के साथ analogous देखो. जो M2R है, अगर हम M2R की बात करें, so is this M2R a field? और ओके, लेट्स नॉट टॉक अबाउट फील्ड, क्योंकि फील्ड में तो कम्यूटेटिविटी चाहिए, डिवीजन रिंग ही पूछते हैं. ठीक है. Is it a division ring? M2R, the set of 2 cross 2 matrices over real numbers. Is it a division ring? Because it's not a division ring. Can you give me an example of matrix which belongs to this but has no multiplicative inverse?
Ma'am, 1, 1, 2,
Singular matrices.
whose determinant is 0.
Zero.
Yeah, 1 1 1 1. You can have this example, right? So you can obviously, you know, there are infinitely many matrices whose determinants are 0. Their matrices are non-zero, they are non-zero elements, but their determinants are 0. So we know when the determinant is 0, the inverses are not going to exist. So if you talk about this set, this is not a division ring. You can give any example like this belongs to M2R but non-invertible. Similarly, I have moved one step ahead. We have considered the example of M2C. So this M2C is going to be this. So M2C is also not going to be a division ring. You will find matrices because the complex numbers, real is a subset of complex numbers. So the same example will work here also. So उसका हमने एक subring जो है define किया है, and this example we will show that this is a division ring. That these type of elements are going to have their multiplicative inverses. So we have to prove two things कि एक तो ये subring है और ये division ring भी है. Subring कैसे prove करोगे? The same subring test से, right? Subring test से prove करोगे. So I'm leaving that part to you. Subring test. ये वाला part जो है R is a subring of M2C. You do it yourself. क्योंकि अब हम सबरिंग के ऊपर बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस कर चुके हैं. सबरिंग टेस्ट आपको लगाना आता है तो आपको दो एलिमेंट सपोज करने हैं, उनकी सब्ट्रैक्शन और उनकी मल्टीप्लिकेशन शो करनी है कि R में ही है. सो आई एम लीविंग दैट पार्ट टू यू. यू गिव इट अ ट्राई. नहीं होगा देन वी विल सी, फिर डिस्कस करेंगे हम उसको. ओके, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू द प्रूफ ऑफ द अदर पार्ट कि ये डिविजन रिंग है. इन इटसेल्फ दिस इज अ डिविजन रिंग. सो बिकॉज सब रिंग है तो इट्स अ रिंग. सो नाउ दिस इज, डू इट योरसेल्फ. So now I want to prove that R is a division ring. So it's already a ring with unity. What is a unity element? What is the multiplicative unity of R?
1001.
Yeah, 1001. Because whenever we are looking for the rings with identity, and particularly we are interested in rings with their subrings identity. So in matrices we know this is going to be the 2 cross 2 identity matrix is going to serve as a multiplicative identity. So this belongs to R. So this is the unity element. So what I want to show is the element ZW minus W bar Z bar is having a multiplicative inverse. If I am going to show that, so that is done. Prove हो जाएगा कि ये हमारे पास क्या है, ring is a division ring. So what I am claiming is this element. Yes.
We are given a ring. We are not given a ring with unity.
Which one?
मैम यहाँ पे आपने unity बोला ना, that it is a unity element which belongs to R.
हाँ.
But how do we know that this exists in the same?
You see, R में किस तरह के एलिमेंट्स हैं? You see, M2C में किस तरह के एलिमेंट्स हैं? ये चारों क्या होने चाहिए? कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स होने चाहिए. So first thing is clear कि जो 1001 है वो यहाँ पे है. Existence means आपको दिख रहा है ना, क्योंकि ये देखो चारों कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर हैं. तो 1 and 1 are complex number. They are real numbers, but we know every real number is a complex number. So ये 1001 is the multiplicative identity of M2C. And since it also belongs to R, because R में किस तरह के एलिमेंट चाहिए? Z, ये सेम होना चाहिए. This element and this element should be same, and this should be the negative complex conjugate of this. Means if it is W, it is W bar. Bar we know is a complex conjugate. उसका नेगेटिव होना चाहिए. सो ठीक है, हमारा तो 0 है, तो 0 का कॉन्जुगेट इज 0, उसका माइनस ऑफ 0 इज सेम एज 0. सो दिस 1001 नॉट ओनली बिलोंग्स टू M2C, इट आल्सो बिलोंग्स टू R. मैंने इसीलिए वो वैलिडेशन किया था कि ये है आइडेंटिटी, बट वी हैव टू बी श्योर ये R में है कि नहीं है. गिवन द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ R, इट क्लियरली बिलोंग्स टू R. यहाँ पे सॉरी Z बार नहीं है, यहाँ पे Z है. एक मिनट, लेट मी सी वेयर डिड आई डिफाइन दिस R, what was the original definition of R? Let me see. कुछ गड़बड़ तो नहीं है. It is ZW minus W bar. Yeah, यहाँ पे ना Z bar है. Please correct this one. Yeah, it is Z bar. So even if it is Z bar, so we know 1 is a complex number. What is a complex conjugate of 1? 1 is 1 plus 0i, right? What is 1 bar? 1 bar is 1 minus 0i, same as 1. So यहाँ पे ये definition correct कर लो. रिंग में जो elements हैं यहाँ पे Z bar है, but I hope that's clear. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So हमारा doubt था ये R में है कि नहीं है, तो I told you that this is in R. So this is a kind of element in a ring. So what I'm claiming that which element acts as inverse of it. So if you take this as Z bar, this as minus W, and this as W bar, and this as Z, right? So what I'm claiming is that complex conjugate of that is going to be this. So what I've done, I'm claiming this element will act as inverse. So there are two ways. What you can do, आप inverse find करना चाहते हो तो आप इसको general suppose कर लो A B C D, या अपनी तरफ से उसको कुछ assume कर लो, and then आपकी equations बनेगी, multiplication करके equations बनेंगी, equations को solve करो, and then you get that. But यहाँ पे I'm already telling you this one, that this is going to act as inverse because I'm using the properties of the conjugate. I'm using the property few result that Z into Z bar is mod Z square or something like that. W into W bar is going to be mod W square. So given that, so you just verify this one. Okay, I'm not claiming this is the inverse. I'm just asking you, you do multiply this. Can you do this multiplication of these matrices? So it will be ZZ bar plus WW bar, and then the next element is going to be minus ZW plus WZ. This element is going to be, the next element is going to be minus W bar Z bar plus Z bar W bar, and the last element is minus plus हो जाएगा WW bar plus ZZ bar. This is the product, simple matrix product. So now what is the answer? What is this? ZZ bar is mod Z square. What is WW bar? Mod W square. This is 0. This is 0. We know it's commutative, right? Multiplication of complex number is commutative. So W into Z is same as Z into W. So they get cancelled. Similarly, ये जो बार में भी commutativity होती है, like Z1 bar, Z2 bar is same as Z2 bar, Z1 bar, right? ये same होता है. So that's why they also got cancelled. So this is 0, this is 0, this is W bar square plus Z bar square. Is this step clear to everyone? I've just used the properties of complex number to construct this inverse, and then this is the matrix which I am getting. So what I want is, if I take this common, mod Z square plus mod W, it's going to be a real number. What is mod Z? If Z is A plus IB, what is mod Z?
Root A square plus B square.
Right. So mod Z square is A square plus B square. So if you are doubtful about this result, so Z into Z bar आप multiply करके देख लो, you will get A square plus B square. Z into Z bar is A square plus B square, which is nothing but mod Z square. So if I take this common, so 1, 0, 0, 1. So that means if I divide this with this element, so that means this element Z, this was original ZW minus W bar Z bar, and this element is, so let me call this number, say this is small r. I'm just denoting this is a real number because it's not a complex number, it's a real number. I'm denoting this with r. So if I take this as Z bar by r minus W bar by r, and let me see, what was it? It was minus W, sorry, minus W, and here it was W bar by r, and the other one was just Z by r. right? If I take this, so answer is 1 0 0 1. I've just taken this one to the left hand side, so this gets divided with each element here. So this matrix acts as the multiplicative inverse. So it's clearly existing. For every complex number there exists as complex conjugate, and this also belongs to the set. You can see that this belongs to the set or not. आपकी ring में किस तरह के element है? आपकी ring में elements हैं that this should be, if this is Z, if this is Z, this is Z bar. So this element is a complex conjugate of this, right? So you can see this is Z bar by R. So the complex conjugate, they both are complex conjugates of each other because R is a real number. R का conjugate नहीं होगा, Z का ही होगा. And the other one, उनमें क्या relation है? That if this is W, this is उसका complex conjugate का negative. So if this is the element, so it's already negative, तो negative balance हो जाएगा और उसका complex conjugate is W bar. So if you do it this way, so you get your answer as this, and this is the multiplicative inverse. So prove हो गया कि जो हमारा जो S जो हमने R define किया है, that is a division ring. हम किस चीज का एग्जाम्पल कर रहे थे? इट्स अ डिवीजन रिंग बट नॉट अ फील्ड. सो यू नीड टू टेल मी बट R इज नॉट अ फील्ड. सो आप कोई भी दो एलिमेंट्स अगर बता दोगे जिनका प्रोडक्ट कम्यूटेटिव नहीं है, तो इट विल बी डन. यस
मैम एक बार प्रीवियस पेज दिखाना.
लेट मी शो यू. हाँ
मैम इसमें आपने इसको R लिया है, मोड Z का स्क्वायर प्लस W का स्क्वायर.
स्मॉल r. हाँ जी.
इसके बाद मैम आपने क्या किया है?
हाँ, इसके बाद क्योंकि आई एम लुकिंग फॉर इनवर्स, राइट? मैं इस मैट्रिक्स का इनवर्स ढूंढ रही हूँ. मींस आई एम लुकिंग फॉर कि मैं किससे मल्टीप्लाई करूं ताकि राइट हैंड साइड पे आइडेंटिटी एलिमेंट बन जाए, बिकॉज दैट इज व्हाट द डेफिनेशन ऑफ इनवर्स. तो आई ट्राइड मल्टीप्लिकेशन विद दिस एंड आई गॉट दिस कि दिस इज R इनटू आइडेंटिटी एलिमेंट. तो R से अगर मैं डिवाइड कर दूंगी दोनों तरफ तो राइट हैंड साइड पे आइडेंटिटी बच जाएगा. सो दिस R आई शिफ्टेड टू द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. सो मैंने वो इस मैट्रिक्स में एडजस्ट कर दिया क्योंकि ये तो ओरिजिनल मैट्रिक्स है, तो मैंने R से डिवाइड कर दिया इसकी सारी एंट्रीज को. R R R R. और R से डिवाइड करने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा क्योंकि R इज अ रियल नंबर. उससे उसकी जो मैट्रिक्स की टाइप है, एज आई जस्टिफाइड यू राइट नाउ, कि ये नंबर एक दूसरे का कॉम्प्लेक्स कंजुगेट होने चाहिए. तो यू लुक एट दीज नंबर्स, इवन आफ्टर डिवीजन विद R, दे आर कॉम्प्लेक्स कंजुगेट ऑफ ईच अदर. एंड ये दोनों नंबर्स एक दूसरे का कॉम्प्लेक्स कंजुगेट होने चाहिए और नेगेटिव होने चाहिए. सो सेम इज ट्रू हियर. So this element which we are claiming to be inverse, this definitely is in our ring because it satisfies the kind of elements we have in that ring. Okay. Yes. Any doubt? Anybody else asking a question? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
So all what you need to, okay, we are done with time, but let me just quickly finish this one. R is not a field. How will you prove R is not a field? Division ring तो prove हो गया, हमने prove कर दिया. Every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse. और ये non-zero है, ये कैसे justify हुआ? तो ये क्योंकि 0 0 एलिमेंट कौन सा होगा? 0 0. तो ये 0 0 0 0 means Z and W has to be 0. तो Z and W are clearly non-zero क्योंकि जिसका हम इनवर्स फाइंड कर रहे हैं वो non-zero एलिमेंट है. तो ओरिजिनली अगर आप ये मैट्रिक्स सपोज कर रहे हो इनवर्स फाइंड करने के लिए, तो ऑब्वियसली Z और W दोनों क्या है? non-zero. सो दिस विल मेक श्योर कि उनके जो मॉड Z मॉड W भी non-zero होंगे. मैग्नीट्यूड है उसका, तो उसका सम भी जो है non-zero होगा, विच इज R. उससे आप डिवाइड कर सकते हो. सो ये डिवीजन विद R इज वेल डिफाइंड. So now you want to prove it's not a field. So give me any two matrices which upon multiplication is not commutative. So आपको किस तरह की matrices देनी है? इस तरह की. So let me give you an example. आप और भी construct कर सकते हो. एक ये ले लो. This belongs to this type. Z and Z bar. So this is iota, this is minus iota, और ये होना चाहिए. मैंने उसको 0 ले लिया. और दूसरी आप matrix ले लो. 1 1 and I and I, क्योंकि I is a W, right? W bar क्या होगा? माइनस आयोटा बट उसके आगे फिर से एक माइनस लगा है तो फिर ये ऐड हो जाएगा, मींस ये दोनों एलिमेंट्स हैं, पहले आप श्योर हो जाओ कि ये दोनों एलिमेंट्स आपकी रिंग के ही एलिमेंट्स हैं। सो दीज बोथ आर एलिमेंट्स बिलोंगिंग टू आर। अब आप इन दोनों को प्रोडक्ट करोगे एंड यू विल फाइंड दैट the product is non-commutative. So I'm again leaving that to you. You just validate if this is matrix A, if this is matrix B, so AB should not be equal to B. Once you prove this, prove हो जाएगा कि ये ring जो है filled नहीं है but division ring है. So this is an example of a ring which is like that. I will tell you और भी example